Hello class 10 children. Now last week we had completed ICT skills of part A, that was employability skills. Now in part A the next unit is unit 3, that is self management skills. We are going to start it. Now before starting it, let me first tell you, basically in this unit you will be studying about two things: stress management and self management. Now, first of all, we'll be dealing with the stress management. Now, what is stress? Stress is any physical, mental, or emotional strain or tension that is responsible for hindering your normal body process or normal body progress. That tends to make you physically or mentally ill. That is stress. It is one of the important reasons of low productivity in all the stages of life. It drains one's energy, that means it takes out one's energies, and it hinders the day-to-day work and peace of mind. Now, stress can be positive and negative. Now, how can we say stress is positive? Stress can be positive if it is taken in the right sense. For example, when you people have your exams, if you have the stress of the exams, that is the reason why you study. That is your positive stress. And negative stress will be the stress that makes a person worrisome. Then psychomotor disorders, all these will be included in your negative stress that is harming your body. Now, what are the various stress causing agents? Now, the stress causing agents, why do we have stress? They are mental, physical, social, and financial. Now, mental means that the students can be left overwhelmed if they are not able to handle their assignments dates on time. If they are not submitting their assignments on time, and this will lead to degradation of their examination grades. So these will be your mental stress. High expectations from self can leave one with stress. That is your mental stress. Then physical stress will be that when you grow up, when you people as the children grow up, then the changes in their body, they may become critically conscious of their looks and have to cope up with the hormonal changes. So issues related to general well-being and health of an individual will be included in your physical stress. Then social stress, that will be peer pressure. That means peer pressure for doing things which children would generally avoid. Maintaining balance in relationship among friends, family members, this will be your social stress. And financial stress, then when youngsters they become financially independent, then they have financial stress. That means they need money for their various activities, for the various parties, but they are not able to afford it. That is your financial stress. So these are the various stress causal agents, that is mental, physical, social, and financial. Now, next is importance of stress management. Why do we need to manage the stress? What is the importance? Stress is a mental state where one doesn't fit at all. What stresses one person may not stress others at all. Obviously, if it is a stress for one person, that may or may not be a stress for other person. It is highly individualistic pattern. That means it changes from one individual to another, and the solutions has to be customized to individual's mental state. So whatever solutions for the stress you people have, that will differ individual to individual. Now, what is the importance of stress management? Why we need to manage this stress? First of all, it leads to improved mood, then it boosts immune system, it promotes longevity, that means you are able to live a long life, then it leads to burst of physical strength, which is vital for reaching that goal, then it leads to complete mental and physical engagement for task accomplishment. That means you people are able to complete your work on time. that is the positive stress. Then increases efficiency and effectiveness. Our efficiency and our effectiveness is increased if we are able to manage the stress and we are able to work in harsh conditions. Then it prevents your psychological disorders and behavioral problems. Because of stress, you people have many psychological disorders, mental disorders. So all these can be avoided if you are able to manage your stress. So children, lastly, I would like to conclude that today we have studied in self-management skills only about what is stress management, why do we need to do stress management, and what are the various stress causal agents. Now tomorrow we'll be studying about the stress management techniques and basically about the self-management. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.